The Boundary Park Alert System is sponsored by Pendle New Tech, a family-run Lancashire business you can rely on for everything fire safety related, including supply and installation, maintenance, testing, certification, alarms, risk assessments, like I said, anything fire safety related. But what do I know? Visit pendlenewtech.com and they'll sort you right out. Check the show notes for more information. This is a test of the Boundary Park Alert System. Hello, welcome to the Boundary Park Alert System. This is not the usual arrangement, is it, chaps?
No, we did it last year. I'm enjoying doing it again. It's good.
Was it post Rochdale last year? Was it?
Against after Joe Garner had scored an equaliser to make it 1-1.
Header, looping header.
A very late equaliser in the game. There's a little bit of mirror image in there.
Hang on a minute, yeah. Well, if you're not just listening and you're watching, you'll see that Mike Keegan's over there.
Good afternoon.
How are you, Mike?
I'm all right. How are you?
Well, I'm thawing out.
Better now. I've not got the sun in my eyes.
It was a weird one. It was bright sun, which I think was quite warm if you were in it.
It was warm in the Joe Roll stand.
But the bitterness of the first bitter Boundary Park wind of the season, definitely.
Yeah.
So there was a chill.
I hate it when the clocks go back or forward, and I'm sat there thinking, God, get on with it next Saturday because I can't do this every week. It's literally every time the ball was in the Chaddy end half, you've got to put your hand over your eyes.
Yeah.
And some of our defending, I think you needed to put your hand over your eyes.
Yeah. So we've just watched Latics play Shrewsbury. Biggest away following of the season, I think, today so far. Decent turnout from the Shrewsbury fans. I don't think there's anyone who's had a bigger following yet than that.
I mean, it wasn't full.
It wasn't full.
Two-thirds of the top deck.
It's about 900.
I don't know.
I thought it was good.
It was decent.
It was all right.
No, it was all right. Yeah, it was okay.
I reckon we'll take more than 900 to their place.
True, but we're on the up, and well, you wouldn't have known it for long periods today, but yeah, we would appear to be on a different trajectory. Hopefully.
So it's one win in 6 or 7 home games now this season.
We did these stats the other week, didn't we? The home win stats and the away win stats are poor at Boundary Park under Mellon, aren't they?
I would say going into today, I was confident we'd beat them because they're not a good side, are they? Like I was not impressed, especially that first half. They came out in the second half and scored within 25 seconds, so they were doing something right in the second half. But I thought that I didn't think they were particularly good. So I didn't think they were well organised. They didn't press us. Like they give us a lot of the ball, and like it was there for the taking. Now, you two probably got a better view of the chances in the first half than I did from the back of the Rochdale Road end, but Michael Mellon had one very early on, didn't he? Was it a good save from the keeper? Was it a poor take from Mellon?
He didn't hit it cleanly enough, probably, to put it in. I mean, look, in that first 45 minutes, we were the better side. The issue with recording this literally after the game, without the benefit of listening to interviews, looking at the stats or anything else, is you can't sort of weigh it up. We literally come over from Boundary Park to the mill here to do this recording. That first 45 minutes, we were the better side by a significant margin, in my opinion. They barely ventured into our half. Their number 9 had a couple of runs. He looked a bit lively, but we were the better side by a stretch. We just didn't look clinical enough. Didn't look like we were going to threaten the goal. We again rejected the opportunity to cross into the box when we could have done, and kept coming back and then passing it around the back line and then through the middle, which was disappointing to watch. You just sort of scream to get it in the box. We looked the better side. And then you just get that sucker punch. It looked like they set up to come for a 1-0 away win. And then when they scored very early in the second half, it was upon us to try and force the game. So I'm not coming away that bothered or that upset by it. But, those are the sorts of games you should be winning, right?
I thought Hannon had a good effort, a good move. There was some good moves in the first half. The one when
Robson
hit the bar.
Yeah. That was one of the. That would have been one of the best goals we've seen at Boundary Park for a long time. Had that gone in,
There was some good move, and I thought that the key to that was Joe Garner, who I thought was the man of the match today. I thought he played really well. He scored the equaliser right at the end with a really good header. But I thought you can see the difference. You can see why he's played his career at a decent level. He's a composed, intelligent footballer. He doesn't get hurried off the ball. He's not the biggest, but he's very physical. He's very strong. He knows how to use his body. I was impressed with him today. I thought he played really well. And I think I was only saying on the phone in last week's podcast, I'd rather have a striker who I know can play every week than Joe Garner. But when you see him play like today, you can see the value in him. Yeah. And it's just a shame that he is, 38? He's young compared to us.
But his leap is incredible.
Unbelievable in the air, isn't
he reminds me of Graham Sharp. There'll be a lot of fans like wincing when I say that name, but he jumps early. Yeah. So he's not the tallest, but he jumps early and sort of hangs off the defender's shoulder and then wins a lot of headers.
Timing's brilliant.
Timing's brilliant, yeah. So he's still got a lot to offer. But I guess the problem is, if I can say, is Michael Mellon was quite disappointing today, I thought, overall. He was hooked towards the end, and I think that was the right decision. He just didn't offer enough, did he?
What do you think? He's not hit the ground running, has he, for Latics?
He did at Cambridge when he scored in his first game.
Right, but he's not... I wanted him today, I said this in the falling on, I think it was, I want him to start showing us, take the game by the scruff of the neck. I'm a hot young prospect, Premier League, Championship level, playing in League Two. I've got these defenders, on toast, and I want to see him. I want to see him doing that, but he didn't. He's not. He's not done that, has he? He's not sort of stamped himself on any game really, and he's not. He doesn't look like scoring, does he?
He gets into the areas. I think. Look, it's football. Luck is part of the game, but he's not had much luck. The one today, he might have got a better connection in, but it flew at him. He was at the near post. Yeah. The keeper was right on top of him, and I thought the keeper pulled off a really good save.
From where I was, it looked like I was like, that's a good save. I thought that was my instinct but it's a long way away. Yeah,
I think as well, it doesn't help because he's got a different strike partner often at the side of him, and it's kind of difficult to build an understanding. I like Quigley. I would have stuck with him. There was the one thing where I've looked at it and thought, Quigley, was the chance at Salford when it was a pretty weak finish. But I think he brings us a lot in the air. But then having said that, we've just been singing the praises of Joe Garner, so you've just got to play with whoever's at the side of you. I think we're yet to see the best of him, and I am pretty confident that we will see that over the coming weeks.
Do you think? I mean, you're well connected. I don't know if the conversations, but do you think he's likely to he'll stay like after January, or will that depend on how the next couple of months go? Do you think?
Is it January or is it season long?
No,
season long.
I thought it was only till January.
Season long.
Pretty sure it's only.
I thought it was season long.
I'm 100% certain that it's a season long.
Right.
So I think he'll stay for the rest of the season.
There's probably a break clause in there, like there normally is, where they could recall him if they want it.
No,
but
I mean, they're
unlikely to.
That's good. I would like him to be there because it gives him the best chance to grow into the side.
I'm just looking at his stats. Right, he's still only 21.
Yeah,
he's not 22 until the 5th of December. Right, so he's really young, like really young. He scored in League Two 15 goals in 27 games for Morecambe. It's more than 1 in 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Right.
When was that? How old was he then?
23, 24. So 2 years ago, he was 19 when he did that. He went to Bradford last year. He only scored 2 in 15 at Bradford. But obviously one of them was to get him promoted in a big game. I like what I've seen. I've said it the last couple of weeks. I think he's got a bit of class. I like his movement. I like some of the touches he makes. He came with this lazy reputation. I think that's a bit of an unfair label, but he didn't affect the game last week at Salford. He didn't affect the game today. He was just a bit anonymous. But he's 21. That's probably going to happen for the 21-year-old, and you're just going to have to swallow it. I think he'll. I'd put a tenner on with you two now that he'll be our top goal scorer at the end of the year. I still think he'll come good over the course of the year,
so,
but he'll have a few anonymous games throughout the season. He wasn't great.
What's our? We scored. Let's be the positives, right? We scored 2 today, but the negatives we conceded 2 against a team that's about as good in front of goal as we are. So,
although to be fair, they were on a decent run, Shrewsbury, weren't they? They had an awful start to the season, but they've picked up of late. I thought you were being a bit harsh on them. I thought they were decent for period. I thought.
I think the second half, I thought they were much better, but I thought they were poor in the first half.
Well, for the last 15 minutes of the first half, for me, we created nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I started to get an uneasy, and I half expected substitutes at half time. In fact, I was amazed when we got to the hour mark and there'd still not been any substitutes. So I'd cut them a little bit of slack there. I thought Shrewsbury weren't as bad as that. I've forgotten the question now.
Was there a question? Oh. Was there a question?
I don't think there was. No.
I don't think there was either. No. But yeah,
I mean, you're putting in this Estrella.
yeah, this is going to be a weird podcast. No, I was going to ask you. I was thinking of a question. I wanted to ask, what's our best 2? So we've got everybody's fit now, aren't they? Strike wise, if Garner's back, Garner, Quigley, Fondop, Harrott, wherever he is, Mellon. What I like about Garner is he's a bit more like a number 10 who plays around a striker, kind of like lays things off, and he's not like an out and out number 9 because Mellon's quite a big lad and he's quite tall. He's 6 foot plus, so he's quite a bit of a presence himself, maybe not as in the same way as Fondop, who we'll come on to, Andy. But I think a fit Joe Garner for me starts. I think he's a really, really good footballer. I mean, we look back in the last 3 games in the playoffs, he was absolutely brilliant, wasn't he? He was superb, superb, and he's come in today, and you see how happy he was when he scored that goal. He was absolutely buzzing. We got a better view than you did. But, it seems to mean a lot to him that he got that goal, and so I really like him. It's just about his fitness. So I'd play. I'd get as much football out of Gardner as I possibly could, and then it's a question of, is it Mellon, Quigley, Fondop? And I think we've probably already decided that it's probably going to be Mellon. So
I don't see how you can not play if he's fit. If he's unfit, fair enough, leave him out. But if he's fit, I don't see how you can't play your most technically gifted, potentially quality striker in front of the other options. You said a minute ago you quite like Quigley. We've exchanged messages over that point. I really don't like Quigley. I think he's a big unit. He's nowhere near as physical as Mike Fondop is. He gets muscled off the ball too easily for me. He doesn't win enough headers for a big lad. His scoring to appearance ratio is abysmal. I'm not overly happy about his signing.
Other than that, you think he's a good player?
Yeah, other than that, he's great. Yeah, I'm not overly happy. Look, I'm an amateur. Mickey Mellon sees that he can perform as part of a team to help other players score goals. He hasn't done so far, so I'm feeling relatively vindicated in my opinion that I don't think he's a good signing. At the same time, Robson, I love Robson. Yeah. It's probably the best signing of the summer. He's immense. What a fullback he is.
Yeah.
Superb signing. Why Forest Green let him go, I've got no idea. What a player he is. So in the same breath, that's an amazing signing. I think he's loads better than Mark Kitchen. But I'm not overly keen on Quigley. And then, Mike Fondop. I love Mike, the individual, and he's a cult hero. He's our highest goal scorer in this century, 40-odd goals. Right? So good on him. And he'll go down in history as someone who's always welcome back at Boundary Park as like a bit of a hero. 20 goals last season in all comps, helped us get promoted. Fantastic. It's not good enough for League Two. We're just not having it. I don't care who you are.
I don't disagree.
He's nowhere near good enough. But then that's fine. So he's on the bench today and he comes on. He's brilliant at defending corners. And he's almost the first to head the ball away in front of the 2 centre halves. He's absolutely superb at defending corners. I'd be even tempted to play him as part of a back 3 before I would up front. He's that good in the back 3. I just don't think he's good enough as a striker. So the answer to your question is, who do you start up front? I was quite happy with Garner and Mellon today. I thought that's probably our best 2 options, if I'm honest.
Mikey didn't change things when he came on, I didn't think.
No.
I think It might be
difficult for him too in his defence.
Yeah, and I think
that
he
point.
perhaps he cares. This probably sounds like a stupid thing to say, but perhaps he cares too much. Like he gets involved in petty little stuff with the centre half, and if the ref doesn't give him a decision, he takes it. It appears to me he takes it so much to heart. And if he's up against a very aggressive centre half and the referee isn't giving him free kicks, I think that's when you struggle to get a tune out of him.
He didn't. Yeah. He was too distracted today, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When he came on, he wasn't just. He didn't seem just focused on what he had to do. He was getting involved in everything, and it was all niggly. And I think the centre halves knew what to do. I think they knew how to just wind him up, didn't they? They knew what they were doing, and he didn't impact the game today, unfortunately, when he came on. But I think technically, I think Garner and Mellon are our best two footballers to play in the front two.
Can we talk about the middle? So today was, from what I saw anyway, it was 4-1-3-2.
Yeah.
Is that how you saw it?
Yeah.
4-1-3-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woods in front of the back four.
Yeah.
Middle three. Mickey in the week. I thought it was a good question by was it the MEN or was it Oldham Times? I'm not entirely sure who asked him, but it was one of the journalists asked him, How's the Tom Pett on the right hand side of midfield?
Yeah, I actually asked Alan because I thought that was a good question. I was like, "Who's that?" And I think it was somebody from Radio Lancashire who was filling in. Yeah,
great question. But I like the way he framed the question because it wasn't aggressive. He just said, "How's that going? Do you think he's doing all right on the right hand side of midfield?" And Mickey bristled a little bit, but held himself pretty well and said, "He's not playing right hand side of midfield. He's playing as an inside forward."
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, so today, with 4-1-3-2, fair enough. You'd probably describe that as a right inside forward, wouldn't you? He's not playing as a winger, but we're struggling for width, then, aren't we? Because the fullbacks are not really bombing on that much. So
it's difficult. They had a quick winger on our side, on the right side today. You're not going to get up the field.
Yeah, so he probably is playing as an inside forward in that three in front of the two. But I thought Pett was really good today. I really enjoyed Pett, but he did move around a lot. He wasn't fixated to that position. He was all over the pitch, but he dictated the play in the middle. I didn't think Woods had a bad game. There's a few people around me giving him stuff.
It was a great ball to Garner for the equaliser.
Yeah, he also played some lovely balls forward in the first half where he's threading it through the lines.
He was much better on the ball today than he has been in some of the games of recently. I think he does have a tendency sometimes. I think maybe it's a bit of the in his head, a bit like we fond up. He gets frustrated, I think, with himself. So if he does a few passes that are a bit, crap, he kind of gets to him a little bit. I thought today his deliveries from dead balls were better. He was kind of sort of like.
Although he did one in the first half where he didn't go past the first man.
But I thought
he
was
was
better
taking
today.
dead balls instead of Pett.
No,
because Pett was a big part of the success last season, wasn't he?
Yeah,
with his dead balls.
I'd have Pett on dead balls as well from corners and free kicks. I put Pett on the swinging it in with the right foot. I'm cool with Robson on the other side. That's fine, but I'd put Pett in front of Woods as well.
But yeah, I thought Woods did all right today.
It's all right.
Yeah, but again, it's like when we played Barrow the other week. Not up against much. I didn't think Shrewsbury and Barrow were so beatable, and we've struggled, and that's what's bothering me now. And I think that the thing is with the start of the season, it's a little bit like in game. It's like if you don't take your chances when you have them in a game, it always comes back to bite you on the arse. And I think that at the beginning of the season, we had so many chances to win games and we didn't. And even though we were playing really well, and now I think we're not playing as well, it's coming back to bite us on the arse a little bit because we've not sort of got a result, have we? Where you come away from it thinking, do you know what, we got away with that? What we got the result? We've not done that, have we? With the games we won against Cambridge, Bromley, and the other Cheltenham, we deserved to win all those three games, but we've not come away with a. We got away with that one, or we nicked it right at the end, or anything like that, But we've had loads of games early on in the season where we should have won and we didn't. So it's just not quite clicking for whatever reason, is it?
No, but my attitude is, if I just look at it right, Southend were playing Brackley Town today. Rochdale were away at Woking, and Carlisle were at Yeovil. I'm relaxed. I know we we're not picking up enough points and we're not playing exactly as we want. But I'm just like, we're in League Two. We've got an academy. We've got the income that comes from the EFL and the Premier League through that.
We actually haven't yet.
Well,
the only reason I know that is because I was talking to Donna, the CFO, today.
But they've started recruiting footballers for the under-9s and upwards, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they're waiting for the application to be approved by the EFL, which to me just sounds ridiculous. It's like we got promoted in June. Get on with it.
They've just got to check if we're actually in the division.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I also asked her actually about, because I was like, what's the financial picture going to look like this year? Is it going to be a lot different from last year? Because obviously, was it £3 million they lost last year?
Yeah.
And I said, how much did we make from Wembley?
£10,000 a day. It was about $500,000 Wembley, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I thought. So she said, everybody thinks it's a lot more than it was. She said, Wembley take 40% of all the sales at Wembley, and then the rest is split between the two clubs.
Is that for every event at Wembley?
I presume, yeah, it is, because she said for all the playoff finals, she said, because if it's your usual National League playoff final, with the greatest respect, that doesn't get a crowd anywhere near that size, it actually costs Wembley money to run it. Whereas when it's a one-off like ours, or when it's the Championship playoff final or League One, they make a killing. So she said once they deducted that, it was 190,000 for each of the two teams. Once they'd taken their expenses off, player bonuses, all that kind of stuff, it was about 160,000. So I said, well, what about the coach trips? All the people that... She said because they had to do it at such short notice, because they had to get 50 coaches or whatever it was, I can't remember now, they pretty much had to sell the coach tickets at cost price. So when you're saying that about who Carlisle are playing, who Rochdale, and I know you can't live in the past, but I just think to have those people at our clubs that would do something like that would effectively subsidise the coach transport to Wembley, and we're playing Shrewsbury, and there's 900 away fans in, and there's more than 7,000 there, and it feels like a proper football game. I'm the same as you, and I shouldn't say this, but if we don't get relegated this season, I'm absolutely fine with wherever we finish.
I just said to someone coming out, like, I don't want to finish third bottom, and I don't want to be near that, like looking over my shoulder all the time. I'd like to be nice and comfortable in mid-table, but I'm not hankering or demanding that we're pushing for the top. It'd be lovely to get towards the top 7. Lovely. I'd love us to try and do it, but I'm not bothered if we don't. Not this year. We've got a lot of the players that we'd lined up to sign. I make the assumption that we were lining up to sign them if we were in Division 5, right? So we've signed those players because we line them up and they can do a job in both divisions, but we're not going to be competing at the top end. So I'm not overly worried or bothered. I think I've seen enough of us that we're okay.
The reality is that none of us were expecting to get promoted with that squad. Like we made the playoffs comfortably in the end, but it could have been a lot more uncomfortable because the other teams around us were losing games. It was, everybody had a wobble towards the end of last season, and none of us were expecting it. So we've gone up a little bit out of the blue, and we've brought in some new players. It's nice when you can carry that momentum on, but I think the sides that do carry that momentum on are ready to go up, and are probably a year ahead, further ahead than where we were when we went up. So, like you said, we've done all right. We've competed really well, I think, so far. We've just not scored enough goals, and that's the bottom line.
But Wrexham went up straight away, didn't they? Did Stockport?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
did they? They faltered in League One. I can't quite remember now.
They've stalled in League One, but they went.
Yeah, they got the
playoffs,
didn't they? Lost to Orient this time.
Luton didn't go up straight away when they came in from National League to League Two. I'm absolutely certain about that. They stayed in League Two for a year at least before they went up, and then flew through League One, and then spent a couple of years in the Championship.
Chesterfield haven't.
Chesterfield haven't. See, like
Notts County haven't.
Notts County haven't. Yeah. They've been there 3 years, haven't they? Is that the third year this year? Notts County have been in it.
So the ones who do have had a significant investment at National League level to prepare them for League One, if anything.
You would be doing well not to get promoted, let's have it said, with the amount of money that Wrexham spent.
Yeah. My attitude at the minute, I'm just chilled out about the whole affair because as you say, we're talking about. I think the club have been releasing lots of videos about here's some under 9s that we've signed. Like, you're looking at kids chatting away, and I'm like, this is quite cute. You know, I like to look at this sort of stuff. The under 16s, the youth team. So they're gearing up to have a you know, the full academy structure, right? They're gearing up to that. They're recruiting footballers, and we're going to have that protection, right?
And little Wembley. Cracking, they released a picture of that this week.
Well, I walked past it today on a good nosy. Yeah, it looks, you know, the floodlights are up and it's going to be...
It's flat now.
Yeah, it's flat now,
It doesn't drift off at like 25 degrees or whatever it was before. But yeah, I mean, it was proper slopey, wasn't it?
Do you want me to tell you something really, really dull about Little Wembley? That I find it quite interesting, but people probably find it dull. They had to get a specialist to excavate the pitch because something to do with Chadderton Power Station... I'm from Springhead. I'm not from down here, but is there a power station in Chadderton that's not a million miles away from here?
I'm looking at you.
There's one down Broadway.
Yeah, I think there is.
So there must like over the years and years that bizarrely, and I'm clearly technically in way over my head here, but there must have been an issue with the wind blowing whatever from the power station, and it's in the soil on Little Wembley. So they had to get a specialist firm in to excavate the pitch before they could put the AstroTurf down.
Is that right?
Sleep tonight.
That's where, I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you live in the area, don't worry about your lungs. I'm sure they're absolutely fine.
How do you respond to that?
Yeah. And if you want to set up a claim, then...
yeah. Through MikeKeegan.com. He'll look after you.
No win, no fee.
Yeah. But yeah, look, on the whole, that's the thing. And this season is... It's a bonus. It's a bonus. Like I said, we weren't expecting. I can't remember when we last had you on the podcast, Mike. But
before Wembley,
just before Wembley.
Yeah. So when we'd made the playoffs, and
we made Wembley
straight after it was after the York game.
Right.
After the York game, before the Wembley game.
But prior to going into the playoffs, no one fancied us in the playoffs, did they? Not anyone. We thought, there's no what we're doing here.
I just my entire attitude towards all the games I watch is, you know, I'm just so, you know, grateful to be in a football league again at the minute. Of course, I want us to be in League One. We're a bigger club than League Two. I want us to get there. But I'm relaxed. I'm genuinely relaxed at the minute. I'm watching that game today. Like all the games this season, we're not getting turned over easily. We're competitive throughout the game. For much of it, we were the better side without any sort of cutting edge or clinical finishing. We'll be all right.
What disappointed me today was second half. Like down at the Rochdale Road end, I didn't think we created enough chances. Obviously, we scored 2 goals down that end, so we created enough chances to score a couple of goals. Pet took his goal well, like, you know, nice and composed.
Yeah, good finish.
Put it away.
If only Kane Drummond had a pass to him the other
week. Yeah, exactly. But I thought we could have created more chances and put them under more pressure in the box. Their goalkeeper was shite, wasn't he? Flapping. He made a couple of good saves, to be fair, but I think, you know, he didn't control his box well. He flapped at things. His clearances were poor. I thought we could have put him under a lot more pressure. But I think what were their goals?
Well, I was going to say,
down
for
the
me,
other end, guys, I couldn't see
the
them
most
very well.
disappointing thing for me today was the defence, and this is the second week in a row this has happened. So the goal at Salford, entirely unavoidable. The penalty was entirely avoidable. We gave it away on halfway with a dreadful pass. They missed the penalty and we're all asleep for the rebound. Both goals today, for me, are on the defence. You know, the first one just after half time, and it's Donovan Daniels. He's just back from injury, so you need to cut him a bit of slack. But we're sat right behind it. A dreadful cross that is no danger whatsoever. It's right at him. And you'll see it when you watch that. He does this kind of bizarre, almost like back heel, right to their player, who, because it's Latics, smashes one 20 yards in off the bar. Yeah. And then what was the second goal? Again, it's something that should be dealt with in our box.
Comes in off the right. They're sort of passing it around. There's a couple of chances to clear it.
To be fair,
just don't clear it, and then they get a shot away.
And that started to creep in. And we've got this incredible defensive record that we talk about, Hudson and his clean sheets. And yes, we're talking a lot about missing chances because we can't be defending like that every week because we will be in trouble if that carries on.
Possibly, but honestly, we've only let 12 goals in. So we've still probably got the best defence in the league. I'm not entirely sure, but you look at that, like Matt Hudson, and a lot of people giving him stick last year. I know he had a rick in him. Fantastic 3-year contract. I think he's a great keeper. I've got no problem with Donovan Daniels. He looks a good centre half. Manny Month, League Two centre half, but very comfortable. I love Robson, brilliant fullback. Right side is possibly a bit more suspect.
Do we know where Ogle was today? Is he injured? Or
I don't know whether he's injured, but I'd have dropped him, so I'm absolutely fine. I think Ogle's been weak for weeks. Since he's come back from injury, last 2 games, I think he's looked poor, and even before that, I'm not entirely convinced. So if he's dropped him to give him a rest, I'm absolutely fine with it.
What did you make of Ollie Hammond, by the way? We're not spoken about him.
I thought that was a surprise to see him in the starting line. I thought he did all right. He had some nice touches in the first half. He brought the ball down well. He turned it around corners. He looked an accomplished footballer. Technically, he's not going to drive you to goals or make a bit. He's not going to play that wins you games. But technically, he looked quite tidy to me. I just think we've got a problem creating, haven't we?
We're missing the Jurgen Nathan player, aren't we? And I think we've not really spoken about what Stephen's getting injured.
Barnsley are going to let him go in January, aren't they?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so.
I'm convinced.
I'll have a word with the father-in-law.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Mike knows people at Barnsley, don't we?
My father-in-law was the chairman when Barnsley got in the Premier League. He's not the chairman now.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I've said to him, he goes every week still. And I said, he's a player. Jurgen Nathan, he's a player, and he's bloody not.
They don't like him on the Barnsley hashtag. I've had a good nosy. They don't like him.
Yeah, I don't think he's done as well there as he did for us. So we'll have him.
But he's playing in League One. He was 2 divisions beneath last year, right?
Yeah,
so that's to be expected. He's a kid.
Well, they're from Yorkshire as well, aren't they? They're all miserable.
Exactly.
I find that now I live there. The one thing that tells me that I live in Yorkshire, I'll probably get hammered for this. If you're in your car, you never know that you're in Yorkshire more than when you're in your car and you're waiting to turn and there's a line full of cars coming towards you. If it's Oldham, give it 3 or 4, one will stop and let you through. You could be there all day in Yorkshire. And he's got a play in front of them every week. So come back, Vimal. Come back to where you loved.
Yeah, hopefully he does. I think he could make a bit of a difference.
But I think Stevens is a big one. Like we've not really spoken about it. He was a very, very good player for Solly. He was a very creative player, and I think that is a big injury. Obviously, Conlon's a big injury. I think Stevens is.
Well, the 2 players that we chased over the summer were Stevens and Mellon, right?
Yeah, we've been chasing Stevens for a long time.
Yeah,
we tried to get him at one point last season. I think Solly were asking stupid money at the time, but that's been on the radar for a long time.
I went to Solly Holloway last year. You did. I saw you there.
Billy Waters' famous goal.
Billy Waters' goal, we won 1-0.
Missed it.
Stevens was the best player on the pitch. Ran the game. Well, he was their number 10. He was playing in a number 10 role. He wasn't playing out wide. He was playing number 10 role. Best player on the pitch. So I can see why we signed him. And that's why I kind of relax. I've had a few messages like this afternoon having a go at Mellon and team selection and certain players. And I was like, I don't like Quigley, personally.
I think we've established that.
Yeah, I don't like the signing. I don't think Fondop's good enough. We talked about that. I think we haven't got enough creativity and width. But then you've got Stevens injured, right? I don't like Morris, the signing either. He wasn't involved today. But Robson's superb. Stevens is still young and could be a value. Hudson on a 3-year contract looks like top business. So you're kind of looking at it, you're like, I think we're all right. I think we're fine. This is the year where stabilisation in League Two is going to be the priority for me. And then next year we'll have a pop at the top 7. What's not to like?
Well, yeah, we do have to expand on things though. Otherwise, I don't know how long we've been recording for, but we do have
about half an hour.
Yeah, we need to fill an hour, don't we?
But Sheffield Wednesday have just gone into administration. Which obviously could be the rebirth of them with the size of their club. But I saw you watch, you're like, I'm totally relaxed. Like, we're absolutely fine. We're in good hands. There's lots of development, construction going on around the football club, which is going to make it better. We're in the Football League. Just relax. Like, let's not get too worried about it. I'm genuinely quite comfortable. There's some players we've got to move out and get better ones in.
I'm not too worried, but I think this season there are concerns. There are some things that Mellon's going to have to figure out.
Yeah,
and on the training ground and working with players to get the best out of them as individuals, because especially in front of goal and it's League Two. it's like when we're in the National League, you have to expect mistakes, you have to expect to have off days and things like that. But I think there are things that need working on. Mentioned about Hammond coming back in. I think that centre midfield role, that it's not, since Conlon's come out, he's going to play Woods every week, it seems. Pett is probably now the new captain, he's going to play in there. So that second, Hannant's coming in, Payne,
Paddy Harwood
came in today.
Paddy Harwood messages me every week, right? He's a pest. He messages me every week to tell me when Hannant starts, he doesn't contribute. Now, I think Hannant's been a great sign. I really like him. I think he does contribute. But he's sort of niggling away at the back of me when you watch him. Like he's gone off after 60-odd minutes.
Well, Dave's not a fan of him either, is he, Dave Bradley?
No.
Not a fan.
He was gassed today. Like, he nearly cost us a goal just before he took him off. Because he'd made a run forward and was nowhere near it when it came over his head on the way back.
I think he's genuinely... I think he's past retention. He doesn't give the ball away very often. He looks like he's like a good footballer.
One of the more direct
solid
players that we've got.
He'll run at players. I like him. I like him. I think it's another good signing from Ellen, which to add to all the other ones I'm talking about. But you sort of watching going, well... He did well at Cheltenham. Cheltenham, poor side at the time. Won again today. Beat Walsall. Beat top of the league today. Weirdly. So maybe that there's one or two that you got some questions over. I just think that you just got to be a bit patient with it. There's quite a few people around me getting irate with us not.
But this is just the nature of things. This is just like the way people are. So some people are just, they go to the football on Saturday because that's where they take, regardless of everything, they take out their frustration on your left back and your right back.
I'm having a bit about there's a couple of lads in front. I've got 5 season seats at the back of the Joe Garner stand in Block B, and there's a couple of lads in front of me. And they recognise me from the podcast, and one of the lads says to me, "You ate fondant, don't you?" And I'm like, "I don't. I really like. I really like. Yeah, I should have said that. I really like the boy. I really do. He's a lovely man, right? I've met him. He's the sweetest, loveliest bloke. I just don't think he's good enough." And so when he comes on, they're going, "He's going to win us the game now," and I'm like, "I really hope he does.
Yeah,
I really hope he does. I genuinely hope he does." And then whatever happens, something happens where he doesn't control the ball and gives the ball away. And out of jest, I grab him and go, "See?" Like that. And me and these two lads are having a bit of banter between us for the next, 15 minutes. And this bloke to my left, old fella, turns around and uses a fair bit of foul and abusive language and has a go at me. "You've been at it all game, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Well, I haven't, because he's only come on for about 60 minutes and I've not mentioned his name before that point." And so I say to him, I've got my 2 lads with me, I'm like, "Don't swear." He goes, "You swore in front of your kids." I think I did use the S word earlier on to give him some credit. But I was like, hang on a minute, why are we getting irate? It's a bit of banter. Why isn't everyone relaxed? We're all in League 2. No one's upset.
But we're going to get to the hour mark now, because that opens up a big thing about the world we live in now and why everybody's angry all the time.
Why is everybody angry, Mike? Matt?
They read the Daily Mail.
No, well, that's the opposite.
That's why.
It's actually the opposite. It's the fact they read the news that they want to read, that's made up by non-qualified journalists who aren't held accountable to any kind of code of practice.
Journalists, man.
Who can say, you know the types I mean, the people from certain extremes
on social media
who just make stuff up because it suits people's vitriolic view of life. And if they make something up and they get caught, big deal. If somebody from established legacy media, because we all like to bash it with that, makes something up, they get sued.
Yeah.
And now we're in this world where nobody reads the news, they read their news.
Yeah.
And it creates this incredible anger.
Yeah, and the Daily Mail. But
good sports section in the Daily Mail.
Good sports section, yeah. It's like, well, we keep politics out of sport, don't we?
Exactly.
We've had this conversation. But
I did enjoy what you were saying about the whole Gary Neville stuff, by the way. It's like, I don't go to football to hear your political views.
No.
I don't care if I agree with you 100%. If I disagree with everything you say, keep it out of football.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear it. The beauty of going watching Oldham is that it's a community, and we all, no matter where we're from, what we do for a living, what's going on in our lives, we all share one thing. We all want that team in the blue shirts or the red shirts to go out and win. And for an hour and whatever it is, 2 hours, we're all united in that belief and that sense of community. Stick your nonsense. I don't want to hear it.
That's it. No, I agree. And that's all it is. It's not about who believes what, or it's just we're there for a reason. And the other thing as well, which I think which frustrates me at the minute is with the, and look, it's not like it's taken over, but you can see the potential for it to start creeping in more and more and more. And we've done such a great job at Oldham since the Lensingham's were in charge of galvanising all the supporters, bringing everybody together, the whole campaign of getting rid of them and the playoffs and how amazing the atmosphere has been on Wembley. And I don't want any of that momentum to be lost. And I just see that there is the potential for it to start getting a bit niggly within the stadium and things like that. And so that's the thing behind it. And again, the atmosphere today, a lot of people left and missed the goal, didn't they? I was going to say that the fans stuck with the team. I think on the whole, they probably did through the game. The atmosphere wasn't brilliant today.
I'd say that was the quietest it's been all season at times. Yeah,
and then a lot of people left. A lot of people missed the goal.
Do you know what I love today? So I've got my two lads. So 7:30 this morning. I set off from London. Right, so the sun was coming up. We get on the train from Euston. We come up. I've spent 130 odd quid on 2 kits. So goalkeeper kit for my youngest lad, home kit for my eldest lad. I want that kit.
Double discount day though, wasn't it? You made the most of that.
Did I
season ticket holders got double discount?
I showed them my season ticket, so it was 137 quid for 2 kits for kids. I mean, it's expensive, isn't it? Yeah. Right, but it is what it is. You're putting your money into your football club, right? I'm genuinely not that bothered. I'm like, okay, it's going into my football club. It's going to the Rothwells. Have it, right? Not a problem.
Yeah.
Spent a load of money in the bar. I've got no issue with it at all. But you sort of get, my lads are, my youngest lad's not that engaged, although today he was involved a bit in the game. My eldest lad is a little bit more involved in the football. When they scored and went 2-1 up, he was genuinely gutted.
How old is he, your oldest lad?
8.
Right.
He's absolutely gutted. And I'm trying to G him up because I think we've lost the game. I'm G'ing him up. Well, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry.
Got McDonald's in a minute.
Don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. And then we scored the equaliser, and he's literally up. Yes! and he's looking around going, I think it might change your perspective. I know you haven't got any kids. Well, you haven't either. No. You apparently got any kids, but I just think it changed your perspective. Like we've drawn 2-2. It's not the end of the world. We're in League 2. I'm relaxed. My lads have had a good day out. I just think this is great. I've had a nice day. I'm coming to see you two here and record this. Yeah. I've had a really nice day.
It could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse. We could be about to go out of business.
Yeah. Well, we could already be out of business. Exactly. We could all be watching Chadderton.
But the thing about football not ruining your day, because there's so many other great things, like you've said, about bringing family together, we all know each other through Latics. It's a great thing. And okay, it can wear you down at times. But prior to the takeover, that was when it was really wearing us down. Like those Sheffield Wednesday fans who are getting worn down by what's going on there. And it's when things are really serious that it does really concern you and it does get you down. But as it stands, there's no point letting not winning today get you down, or the performance of one of your players get you down. And I think, like, coming back to what we were talking about before, about that thing about people do use football as a vehicle to take out their anger and their frustrations on players, and it's often on your own players as well, which I find a little bit frustrating. Sometimes the referee gets it and stuff like that, but there wasn't much of that, I don't think, in the Rochdale Road in today.
There was none of it. I'd just like to say, I would never get on. I don't get on any of my own players' backs. I don't think Joe Quigley's very good. I'll never boo him. I would never get on his back. I would never get on Mike Fondop's back. I cheer him and support him in every game I'm at. But I'm allowed an opinion on it, right? If my opinion is they're not good enough, that's my opinion.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's
I'm not having a go at any players.
I mean, there were people criticising people for cheering Manny Mont's name after he gave away the penalty and clapping Will Sutton off. But that's what you do. I think you support. I mean, Manny Mont's a favourite amongst the fans. He gets his name chanted all the time. When he gives a penalty away, you're not going to turn on him.
Why would you?
Say to him, it's okay, we've got your back.
He's not done it on purpose. Yeah. I think most of the time he's magnificent. I was there with my lad today. Will Sutton was walking through the stand. He had a picture with my son. Lovely. I had a chat to him. Lovely bloke. Why would you? they're your lads, aren't
Yeah.
they? You want to support them. Why would you want to get on the backs? Just out of interest today, I thought the referee was all right today. I thought she did pretty
On
well.
the whole, yeah, I think we've had much worse referees at Boundary Park.
Me too. Absolutely.
I didn't think when the one that she got wrong, I thought went in our favour, and it was probably, to be fair, it was probably more the linesman when
they had a
Robson,
penalty
who went
claim.
through in the first half, took it past the keeper. When the goalie came out and he took it past the keeper and then fell over.
Yeah.
It's never a yellow card. That.
Never, and there was one in the second half where there was a mild penalty claim for them where someone else would have given them a penalty, right?
We had a shout for a penalty.
I
when
didn't think that
Fondant
was a
went
penalty.
down as well,
So I'm not sure that was a penalty from what I saw, but their one, I was like, I winced because I was like, this could go either way. She didn't give it. So
You're
I was
looking
like,
at her, right? You're just waiting for it to point to the
she couldn't give a go either way on this. I thought she was right, but there was some audible around me today, some audible comments about her gender for the sake of it, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why would you bother? Like, just let a referee.
Yeah.
I'd have a go at for
being
poor
a referee.
refereeing.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
But for the sake of it, there was just no need for it.
But unfortunately, we all go there to support, but we do support our team, but we don't leave our personalities outside the stadium, do we? We bring our personalities in, and people have their views. And football grounds, we remember how toxic football grounds used to be.
Yeah.
And they're not like that anymore, and that's a good thing. Like a referee needs to be judged on a performance, not a gender. It's ridiculous.
Having said that about how toxic and how we've moved on, I'm slightly disappointed Sam Clucas got quite an easy ride this afternoon. I was expecting him to get a bit of a booing.
I didn't want it. I don't like booing players.
I really liked him when he was well. I thought he was a great player.
I thought he was good,
but the way that it all played out when he left,
no,
I was like,
it was bad. It was bad.
And we really suffered
because he did us over, didn't he? To go to Lincoln,
well, him and Stones, wasn't it?
And then Lincoln did him over.
Yeah.
And
now he's at Shrewsbury. So how did that work out?
Yeah, exactly. But I just don't like booing players. I think when you boo players, you rile them up, don't you? How many players have we booed and they come and turn us over? I was quite glad he didn't get.
I don't know. I like it to
extra
be an
attention.
intimidating place.
Yeah, I don't really want to give them extra attention. When you've been on before, how have you done on Latics Mind?
You robbed me, if you remember last time. I can't remember what the question was, but I said if I'd have worked for the Guardian and not the Daily Mail, I'd have got that.
I mean, that may be the case.
May not be true.
Not well.
Not well.
Excuse me. I think it was like 3 or something like that. Should have been more. My problem is there's like a whole period of Latics history that I've now erased from my memory.
You must have been on now. I reckon you're probably 5. It's got to be your 5th, 6th appearance.
Could well be. Latics Mind-wise, my proudest moment was getting Winston DeBose right. One of my mates WhatsApp me said, I don't care how many you got. That was fair play.
Latics Mind is sponsored by Oldham Athletic Supporters Foundation, investing in the fans, the club and the community. Join today at oasf.co.uk for just £12 a year. OASF, because we're stronger together.
Which ground has seen Latics' last 8 visits resulted in a 0-1 loss, a 0-2 loss, a 0-1 loss, a 2-3 loss, a 0-2 loss, a 3-1 win, a 2-0 win, and a 0-2 loss?
Pass.
In what year were Latics first elected to the Football League?
1904.
1907. Who am I? Despite being a Stockport lad, I actually made my league debut for Ipswich. After Latics, I moved to Cardiff City.
John Allworth.
Correct. Where did Latics draw 2-2 with Dinamo Bucharest in a friendly in 2013?
Pass.
Latics only won 2 league away games in 1988-89. One was the 4-1 win at Main Road. Who else did they beat away that season?
Plymouth.
Wrong, it was Leicester City. How many league away games did Latics win in the playoff campaign of 2002-3?
Oh, a lot. They went unbeaten, didn't they?
Yeah.
11.
Oh, bang on. Who scored twice in a 3-2 home defeat against Sheffield Wednesday in March 2011?
Jermaine Johnson.
Wrong, it was Dale Stevens.
Wow.
Who am I? Before signing for Latics, I had spells at Watford and Hull City.
Not Neil Redfern.
No, Richard Jobson.
Oh, yeah.
In what year did Latics first win promotion to the top flight?
1911.
1909. After finishing my career at Bristol City... Start it or finish. After finishing my career at Bristol City, I moved into management. Who am I?
Well, that could be anyone, couldn't it?
But it's Latics related, isn't
After finishing my career at Bristol
this.
City, I moved into management.
That's got to be wrong, that question. Paul, right, I'm gonna ask you, that's got to be wrong because he played for Norwich after Bristol City, didn't he? I think. Did he? That's the answer's Joe Royal. Yeah, but I think he played for Norwich after Bristol City.
No, he didn't.
Did he not?
No, he did. Yeah, Norwich were his last team.
Right. The question I'm going to ask
Sorry,
you.
Joe Royal.
No.
Controversy.
I'm going to ask you a fresh one, right? A new who am I? Who am I? I had spells playing for Halifax and Blackpool, but I'm most remembered playing for Latics.
Rick Holden.
Correct.
Yeah.
How many did you get there?
3, probably.
You got 3, didn't you? Right. Passes.
Surprised you didn't get the Jobson one.
I know, so am I. I'm thinking Frankie Bunn, because he played for Hull, didn't he?
Right. He passed on the first one.
Yeah.
Which ground has seen Latics' last 8 visits be a 0-1 loss, 0-2 loss, 0-1 loss, 2-3 loss, 0-2 loss, 3-1 win, 2-0 win, 0-2 loss?
Ellen Road.
Correct.
Wow. And I was there for the 3-1 and the 2-0.
New Year's Day, 3-1, wasn't it?
I got thrown out.
That was brilliant, that wasn't it?
I got thrown out at half time for excessive hand gestures. And they threw me out just to be out at that away end at Leeds, as all the Leeds fans were coming out. I've never shuffled and blended in as fast in my life.
I've had a hairy moment at Leeds myself before.
Excessive hand just to we're winning 3-0 after 10 minutes. What do you expect?
Where did Latics draw 2-2 with Dinamo Bucharest in a friendly in 2013?
See, because I thought, we had that silly trip to Morocco when that predates, so
That
it's
was
corny,
later.
isn't it?
Yes, corny, yeah.
So it's a pre-season tour somewhere, I presume.
I don't remember.
It was at Lee Sports Village.
Oh, wow. I'd have never got that.
Glamorous.
Yeah, I do remember it. You guess that one.
Very close with some of the early 20th century questions.
Jobson,
I
you got
thought
wrong.
there should have been a 5-way leeway,
Yeah, that was
5-year leeway there.
3, 2 passes. You got 1 pass right. Well done.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, getting Joe Royal questions wrong after your book. And
I think he played for
When
Norwich. Right, I'm going to have to look at that now.
He finished his career at Bristol City. There's probably 50 people who that applies to.
No, but obviously it's Latics related. I think he played for Norwich after Bristol City, but who am I to question Paul Prendergast? Let me have a little look.
I think he did.
He's only human.
I think he did, which is why I cancelled the
Because Martin
question.
O'Neill played with him at Norwich, and if you've read my book, persuaded him to apply for the Oldham job.
Oh.
I'm looking at the camera. Paul, you're wrong.
I think you can cut him some slack.
42 games for Norwich after Bristol City. I'm right.
So do I get that point? Does that mean I've got 4?
No, I asked you another one.
No.
I cancelled the question.
And I mean, how many questions has he provided for us? In excess of
470
in excess of 500 questions, and so you know.
And it is a highlight. No offence, but it is a highlight. The Latics mind. He does a very good job.
Yeah,
He does an
It's
amazing
actually
job.
Does a very good job.
Brilliant
yeah.
job.
Yeah,
Couldn't do it without him.
We're the fire experts, fire safety experts at Pendle New Tech. We train fire marshals, fire safety marshals at Pendle New Tech. Pendle New Tech have fire experts across the UK covering all your local and national needs. With over 100 years' experience in the fire safety industry, you know that you can trust Pendle New Tech. Right, enough of that now.
So there we go. We've got through another episode. I have to edit this now with video as well. This is twice the work, you see. So, but I'd just like to thank Jess, who's come in today to do the mixing for the video. So
Bristol's finest.
Thanks for that, Jess. Yeah, absolutely. So next week, Northampton, FA Cup.
Yeah.
It's one of them, innit? When you play a team from like League One at home, our home form's so bad. We could win it, we could lose it. It's going to be settled after 90 minutes.
It's a free hit, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think he's going to want to win. The club are going to want us to win it. You want to get in that third round draw. That's massive. So we'll have to see. And after that, it's Harrogate away, innit? It's another team below us who we can't afford to lose to, but we really need to start winning some of these games. We're probably in a situation where I fancy us more to beat Harrogate at the minute.
I don't really care about Harrogate because I'm on a lad's golf trip to Portugal. And I'll let you into a podcast secret and he'll kill me for saying this. Jimmy Schofield, not Jimmy Schofield, what's his surname? Sue's husband. Jimmy Roth.
Yeah, Jimmy Schofield.
Yeah. He's doing the scoring. And if I'm not on his team, no matter how I play at golf, I won't win. You've never seen anything like it. So at the end of each National League season, they have a golf day. He will kill me for saying this. And for the last 2 years, Latics I've been down with Darren and we've been in this golf day. And it's all the clubs from the National League play. And at the end of it, you go for dinner and they give out prizes to like the top score. It's embarrassing. You sit there and you think I've not played very well. And Jimmy's done the scoring and all of a sudden you're up on stage collecting a cap and a bag of balls. So yeah, that'll be me when we play Harrogate.
Just out of interest, Northampton got beat at home today off Luton. No disgrace in that, obviously. Premier League.
Kevin Nolan, innit? Northampton. He's the manager.
Is he a manager?
Right, yeah.
Well, Luton have still got the second season of Premier League parachute payments. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about their budget in League One this year.
Yeah.
Tens of millions,
Ridiculous,
way in excess of anyone else's. And they're not doing that well. Northampton are 16th, lost 7 of their half of their games. So my attitude to next week is I don't expect Northampton to be any better than anyone we've faced.
No, they're totally
about the same.
Totally beatable.
Could beat them.
Yeah.
Probably won't, but could. So it just goes either way. Don't know.
Yep.
Free hit.
One of the things that makes you feel like a kid is the FA Cup, like getting in the third round draw and something coming out that is really, really tasty. And obviously, we're all of the vintage where we remember some of the great days of Latics in the FA Cup. So I'd really love us to get in there. But
who would you tie? But if you could pick, we get to the third round. And you get to pick home or away. Who would it be?
We did this the other week, or similar. I want, before I die, I want to see us beat Man United in an FA Cup game.
Right. I didn't say you could have the result as well. You just pick the team.
No.
But what if we went to United and they absolutely spanked us?
Which is probably most likely.
I'd be monumentally disappointed, but I'd take the money and I'd be happy with the money. That you have 50% gate receipts.
Would you rather
after costs?
So would you rather take them at home or?
No, I want to go to Old Trafford.
I couldn't do playing United at ours and there being little pockets of United fans everywhere.
In our stands. Yeah. So I'd rather go there and have a go because someone like them or Spurs or Chelsea or whoever they treat us with disrespect. And play half the run on 21s, wouldn't they? Of course they would, right? So you could turn them over, but it'll still be relatively full, and you could take the money from it. But I want to be able to beat Man United in FA Cup time. Those 2 FA Cup games in my lifetime are the 2 of the toughest things to have got over.
I'm not sure. I mean, I know Grimsby beat United in the League Cup?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that this Latics team this season is the team that are going to beat United in the FA Cup, unfortunately. When you think about the quality of the team that we had out when we played them in those, particularly in the first one. But, I mean, you never know. But that's why I think this season, if we were going to beat United or anyone like that, we'd probably have to do it at Boundary Park. But even for the Cup. But look, a good away day would be nice. I think you have to get a good team. I've never seen Lattice at St James's Park. I'd like to see that. And they'd fill it as well. They always do. So that'd be good.
I've been there.
I'd be up for that.
So it's got beat 3-2.
Yeah.
Is that the Rick Holden overhead kick?
Year after.
Right.
Year after that, yeah.
Spurs would be mine. Just go and see Latics in that new stadium down
Yeah.
there and a night out in
The
London.
new stadium would be nice, yeah. I've been to White Hart Lane, drew
London would be
0-0.
good because we could meet up with you then and
Yeah.
do that. So, but the thing is, we've got to beat Northampton and then whoever we get in the second round.
Barnsley
so
away, give them a good hiding.
Barnsley away would be good.
Yeah.
This is the thing about League One now. It's like that. It's like the promised land, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's some great away days, Huddersfield and Barnsley and Stockport potentially and Bolton and like Wigan. There's some really good like local days.
I never thought I'd say this. I'd kill to go to Vale Park again.
Yeah, that's it. It's just that we keep looking up and we keep hoping, but we'll get there.
We will.
Get there. Yeah.
Anyway, it's been good, hasn't it?
It's been nice to do it like this. Yeah. So thanks for coming in, Mike.
No, my pleasure.
Appreciate it. Nice to see you in the flesh, Andy. Should we go and get drunk now?
Yeah.
Hey Dave, did you know that listeners can now buy us a coffee or any other kind of hot beverage?
Ooh,
What's your favourite hot beverage, Dave?
a macchiato.
And how do you like your macchiato?
Black with lots of milk.
No cream?
No.
Well, if you want to buy Dave a
Macchiato.
then go to buymeacoffee.com/We Are Oldham. I'll just have a Nescafe.
Ooh. Thank you, listeners.